Hey guys, this is John here. This is my sister Jessie.
Hi.
Jessie is learning how to code. She's been doing a great job, Code Academy, and we've kind of messed around with some stuff offline a couple times before. Today, we're going to make a website, kind of like a blog for her. And this is a new approach for myself as well. So I'm an Angular developer. I've done a ton of stuff. Jesse's learning Angular. We want to go web technologies. Link in the description. There's a bunch of reasons that I recommend you start with web technologies. So even though I've used Angular a lot in the past, I haven't used it with GitHub Pages. So we did a little bit of prep work, and I'm going to talk to that for a minute here, and then we'll be off to the races. So the prep work we did, you can see we got a bunch of tabs open. So let's just click through them. Can you start with maybe that one?
I get.
Oh yeah. So Jessie just logged into GitHub. We need a GitHub because we're using GitHub Pages. And this is going to let us have a free static site. So we went to Google and we Googled a bunch of stuff, but Angular GitHub static site is like the last thing that we're going to take a crack at now, and y'all are going to join us for that. Next tab is, this is angular-cli-ghpages. So this is one of the reasons that I think NPM is awesome, and hopefully it works the way it looks like it's going to work. So we're going to basically build an Angular project, and then this will deploy it to GitHub Pages more or less for us. We just have to associate a Git repository, which is pretty easy. So if it works, that's going to be right up our alley. Next, this is and you can scroll to the top. Y'all can see how well this is used on the right-hand side, 3,000 per week. So it's not huge, but it's not terrible. It's kind of trending flat, but everything is passing. And it says it was published 5 days ago, so it doesn't seem to be old or broken. And it has this cool GIF in there, so you can see that it is using Angular command line. So it is the new Angular, it's not the old Angular, and that's exactly what we want to use. Next tab, GitHub Pages. We're just Googling around, kind of what is GitHub Pages? So this is that. Jekyll. So Jekyll is something that I've known about for a long time. I think a lot of people who make a static blog with GitHub Pages, Jekyll is the go-to solution. And some of the prep work we did before starting this video is should we use Jekyll, or is there something else that's kind of new and cool? One of my big questions was, does Jekyll work with Angular? And the answer seems to be no, at least not in a straightforward way. And we didn't want to be writing these weird Jekyll liquid templates. We're trying to develop our skill with Angular and showcase our skill with Angular. So instead of hacking Angular into a Jekyll website, just going Angular by default seems to be a cleaner solution. At least that's my 2 cents right now. We'll see how it turns out. So you can close this one. I don't think we need this anymore. I just wanted to show it. When we were Googling around for using Angular, we ran into this Angular Markdown, which looks really sick. However, talking to Jess, she's learning HTML. She feels more comfortable with HTML, and she's not familiar with Markdown, and we don't want to pick up a new skill at this time. But we might circle back to this some other time, because I think writing blog articles in Markdown is a little bit easier, but maybe not right now. But I wanted to mention that and kind of plug that. All right, close that one. And we can close the Angular examples. The guy whose website we were just at, he has some examples. You can close it. Last thing I wanted to show is just how to do freshness checks. So the guy on his blog talked about Angular Markdown. So then we Googled Angular Markdown, and a couple different NPM repositories came up, and this happens all the time. So this one and then the one to the right. So here we can see that the weekly downloads are higher, and they're trending up. It was published more recently. It was published a month ago. And the version of Angular that it's associated with is newer. It's 8.1. And all of the build checks are passing, and the coverage is 95%. If we look at the build checks are failing. It's associated with an older Angular. It's basically, it looks lesser maintained, like it's an older, kind of more outdated version. So we're not going to go with either one of them, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you how freshness checks work and how you can, if 2 packages on NPM look pretty similar, how do you pick the one that is preferred? And then Jess was like, hey, what does it mean that those build checks are failing? Can you explain that real quick? And I said, what that usually means is that they have written some tests, specifically unit tests, that ensure that their code works the way that they want it to. And then they may update their code base, and it might break those tests that they wrote, and this would cause the build to fail. This is the common reason that builds fail, but it's definitely not the only reason. You could also just have like a messed up build job. Don't necessarily want to talk to what that means right now, though.
Cool. Close them.
Yep. And let's dive in. So you know more or less as much as I do about this Angular Markdown. So you can close this unless it's helpful to you. But basically, we just want to get this thing working, angular-cli-ghpages. So they should hopefully have instructions, and we just follow it. This quick start should help us out.
Cool. Install the next version. Where's your thing? Do I have to open it in here?
So you can right-click in this folder. This is basically my workspace, but it's just for GitHub. On Emu, great. You install it just like they ask.
Can I just copy it?
You can copy it, yeah. Yeah, so that syntax was kind of messed up.
We're just going to copy it.
I don't need the task manager either unless you just want it.
Where'd you go? This is even different. Oh, the G.
The -G and also npm. It says command not found.
Wow.
The M was missing. It's all good. By the way, what Jess and I are doing right now is called peer coding.
Woo!
And so there's a bunch of different ways to code. Obviously, you can code by yourself. You can peer code. There's something called mob programming. And when you do peer coding, there are different ways to do it. Sometimes you can have the SME in the driver's seat. Other times you can have the learner in the driver's seat. If you have the learner in the driver's seat, statistically, this improves learning.
Look at that.
It looks like it's installing well.
All right. I don't actually have to put any of this.
Yep. Yeah, ng new, and then your Angular project, you can change that to be whatever you want to call it.
Okay. And this is going to be the actual name of my blog?
Yeah.
Or the project?
It's going to be the folder,
kind of
like the technical name of your blog. Yeah, so you got to hit backspace.
Whatever, I'm just going to do a generic my first blog. I can change that later, so let's see. Do I need to do... No, I don't need it.
New Control-C. All right, so Control-C kills the process. So if you hit up, and then don't press enter and press space, -- defaults.
Oh, default.
Yeah, that is what the quick start recommends. Cool. And you see, actually, before you put defaults, it said, would you like routing? And now that you said defaults, I guess it already answered that question for you. I'm hoping it said yes, because I do want routing. Can you check on this npm page if it tells you what those default values are? I don't see anything about routing. It says you can learn more on the... Oh, that's the GitHub Pages site. Scroll down. Can you do Control F and look for routing?
Nope.
No?
Nada.
All right. Well, we will find out pretty shortly because we can tell based on the Angular project it generates. But I guess it's still taking a minute. Yeah, just Google it in a new tab since we're waiting anyway.
And what exactly would how would I search that?
Like that npm package, whatever it's called. What's it called? CLI-ghpages, I think. Yeah, so Angular, CLI, ghpages, defaults. That's what I would Google. Maybe that one. Close, you can click the little dice. All right, well, let's go look at our, I'm not seeing it, so let's go look at our build and see if it's done. Still going, okay. You can continue as me if you want, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Can you open Windows Explorer? Can you click into, what did we call it? My first blog?
Mm-hmm. So this is on you.
Go back. You made it in
you're
this.
already in here.
Yeah, you made it in this folder.
First blog.
Check in source. Check an app. We're bugging. I don't see routing. Feels bad. All right, so we might not have routing.
Can I close the tab?
Oh, yeah, sure. And this is the pages. So what will we be doing next? Let's just go ahead and read up while we wait.
Okie doke. What do you mean we won't have routing, by the way? I know that it wasn't in the folder, but what does that actually mean?
So routing is like, you see how the URL we're on right now, it's npmjs.com/package.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you have like slash and then you have additional information, you are defining routes. And routing from an Angular perspective is going to show different stuff when you type different stuff in that slashed area.
Okay.
So that's called routing.
So, and it's not going to do that for us.
It might. I don't think so, though. At least we lose some of the features of advanced routing because we would need a routing module for that.
Okay.
There might be some like basic routing that comes without that file. Specifically something like lazy loading. I don't think we're going to get the way you load lazy loading.
Okay.
So lazy loading is like, don't download my files from my website until you need to.
Okay.
So like, say for example, there's like a music file on your website. It'd be a lot slower if your website had to wait to download that whole thing. Cool.
I actually want to insert my...
Yeah. Do we have one? Did you make a GitHub repository for this blog yet?
No, I did not actually. I thought I was putting my username in there.
Cool, so let's go to GitHub.
I thought it makes one. Oh, but okay. Boom.
And we just, in the plus icon in the top right, you can make a new repository. So Angular GitHub command line creates a Git repository for you locally. It doesn't make one on GitHub. So Git and GitHub are two different things.
And this is Git?
This is GitHub.
Okay, yeah.
GitHub is the website. And it has like all these buttons you can click and stuff. Git is the one that's actually on the command line.
Okay. Boom, boom.
I would not add any of that. I mean, usually I would, but in this case, the quick start guide asked you to make an empty one.
Okay.
So let's make it empty in this case. So you can go ahead and snag that URL, HTTPS URL.
Okay.
Cool. Actually, it's got the whole git remote add command right there for you. Cool. let's double check the quick start guide before we paste anything. Can you go to the,
yeah.
But I think this is exactly what we should be doing. Okay, so get remote add origin. And go to the command line. Control C. So Control C killed the process and makes a new fresh line. Control V. And let's just inspect it. Is this the same thing that the quick start said?
Sure enough.
Nice. Very cool.
So add
So
Angular.
yep. NPM is amazing. Who made this? Can you look on the NPM like page and scroll to the top, and I'll tell you who made it. See homepage github.com. Open up that. So those are the collaborators on the top right.
Oh, this?
Yeah, that's the homepage, and then those are the collaborators. Why don't you go give them some credit, like either a like or a follow them or something. Kind of show them that.
We
Thanks.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
thanks, because they're awesome. Johann, I don't even know.
Hey, that's like what Tina calls you.
Is that Johannes Hop
Johann
or is that Johann Shop?
Shop.
Oh, his Twitter handle, the H is capital. So.
All right, so let's give him a shout out. Isn't there like a like or something?
I mean, you can follow him on Twitter. Yeah,
I don't have a Twitter.
do it anyway. I think it's going to open up my Twitter, but you can follow him. Or this will open up your GitHub. We're on my computer, by the way, but Jessie's logged into GitHub.
Should I?
Do it. Unless you hate him. You don't hate him, dude. Look at his face. How
Look
can
at
you hate him?
those sharp glasses.
Yeah.
What is this guy? F. Mulcher.
Ferdinand.
Okay. Sounds kind of angry.
You're so mean. Okay, go ahead. How's our command line doing?
Doing good. I
Yeah?
can feel it.
Before we go forward, before we possibly break stuff, why don't you push the existing code to your GitHub to the server?
I'm familiar with pushing in VS Code.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it should be similar here, but...
So we can do it either way. We can shift over to VS Code now if you like, or I can show you how to push from the command line.
Yeah, show me how to push from.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So go back to the GitHub R repository that we just made.
Like our literal one.
Yeah. You can close this actually.
Okay.
You can close the Google tab too if you want to. So this, you can see after we add it, it already has the command ready for us. Git push -u origin master.
That's all I have to put in there?
Yep. Permission denied. Okay. So because this is my computer.
It's telling me I'm not the master?
Yeah, because it's trying to push with my stuff. Here's how we can fix that. That's great. Learning opportunity. Alternatively, we could log you into my Git locally.
I didn't do it. Okay.
And I think that's better because your user will get credit for the code in that case. So let's do that.
Okay. Tell me how to do this.
So you can even cancel that invite if you want. Go ahead and cancel it.
Uninvited.
What? You try to go back to GitHub and make sure you're still logged in.
I don't think I am. I think I already clicked it.
Chill. That is for sign up with the sign in button. All right, cool. So let's try to log you in to GitHub. I'm sorry, to Git locally. Can you Google that in a new tab? Yeah. But can you add a little bit more for one repository? Go into the directory.
Get in it.
That's starting a new repository. I do that. Scroll down. We might have to log me out of Git, which is kind of lame. Can you scroll down? Oh, you know what? I've got to work around for this. We're not going to be able to show this on screen, but you can put the GitHub URL with your username and password using basic authentication in the URL string. We'll do that. So can you open Windows Explorer, but move it to we can show like up to the point where you put in your password, and we won't put that. So my first blog.
What do you mean?
If you look at the address bar, yep. So if you right-click in the white space, so here we have Tortoise Git. And under Tortoise Git, we can look at settings. Obviously, everyone, we are on a Windows machine. Tortoise Git is not on Mac. So here you can see it thinks it's me. Can you click on the left panel, remote?
Yo, remote.
Okay, can you click the word origin?
Too tight.
No. Okay, so this is the part where we can't show it, but just so everyone knows, I'm not going to put your username and password, but I'll just show them what we're doing. So we're going to literally say user at password : and this will exist locally for this repository only, so I don't have to log out of mine. And let me also just double click in general URL string authentication. Because I think it's user at password : but I want to double check. All right. User : password at. See, I always get that backwards. That's why I double checked. Okay, so it's username : password at. Username : password at. Okay, I'm going to close these. Would you mind putting yours over here? Like user, just replace that with your GitHub username. Cool. Yeah, so I was going to ask you to click apply and then click OK. I'm not sure, because you hit the enter button, exactly what happened, but let's give it a try. Can you have the command line pulled up?
It was my old one. It was my old.
We're going to crop all that shit out. This is terrible.
Right.
I actually
Why are you staring at my password?
Whatever. I actually did stream. You know I can look it up whenever, right? Now that it's on my computer. You're so whack. Go ahead. I streamed my password one time to YouTube Live.
And did somebody hack you?
No. I just had to, kill the stream and, change my password really quick.
I applied it. I'm
Right,
not
cool.
putting it back over there. Unless I can close this.
You just click OK.
Okay.
And let's right-click, conemu. Let's actually take this guy off screen, because if it airs out, it will
show everything.
Possibly.
I should.
So click there.
Okay.
Try clicking up. I'm not sure if it's going to work.
Whoa!
No.
That's not the. Yeah, that's not the.
So you can Control C.
Kill. No.
No. That's stored already. Yeah, once you do that once, it basically stores it.
I am the origin master.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Well, you can bring it back over here. As you all can see, it did push. Pushed it real good.
Yep.
So what the hell do we do now? We should code or something, right?
Yeah, let's do that, because I got a whole 5 minutes left.
Oh, for real? So let's go. Can you just refresh your GitHub page in the back?
Yes.
Whoa.
What's up?
Just kidding. That's exactly what I expected. So can you scroll down?
I can.
Using Angular 8. Nice. How do we see the website? Let's go back to the quick start.
Let's go back to that quick start.
Yeah.
That quick start.
One tab to the right.
Ah, this quick start.
So we pushed it, but we did not deploy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you scroll up? We did. We already did the ng add.
That's all I gotta do.
Cool.
Everything is just copy. Copy paste. Copy paste.
All right, cool. So in theory, this is going to push it and publish it to GitHub Pages. Then we'll be able to look at it. Then we will try to write a like an actual blog post.
Look how fast I'm typing.
That's not true.
Shoot.
I hope we didn't break it. Hey, can you open a new tab? I'll show you something funny.
Do it.
Hacker typer. I mean, that was one word, but fine. You can just hit enter then. So right over the top. Oh, no. Go to .net, the real one, not .com. Yeah. All right, so just type.
So guys, I just want to show you how far I've progressed with my my coding skills.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah, I do this all day, every day. What do you mean? Have you seen me do this before?
All right, you're whack, dude.
What do you mean I'm whack? Oh, and then...
You're bad. You're actually bad. Close it.
Yeah, you did that to me, and I was like, what?
Oh, I already showed that to you?
Yeah, when you were like... I came in, and I was like, dude, you're like coding like very aggressively.
I wouldn't do something like that. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
That's madness.
The blue hair. All right, anyway, let's check it. Woo! All right, so what do we do next? Which is the same as ng run your Angular. Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, so right there it says your project should be available, so let's try it. That's what I want to see. I'm thinking it already pushed it.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
No bigs.
So it says, like, pretty much just go to the... Went way too far down. So I just put mine in here, right? Yeah, okay, cool.
With it. So quick tip, whenever it has the left and right carets, by the way, I'm not really sure that's the right word. It might be angle brackets or something else. It is telling you not to use that, but to replace it.
Well, alrighty then.
Still got to replace it.
Oh, do you mean over here?
Yeah, if you replace it.
You mean let's just restart this. The whole entire thing. I did this.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. So kill those as well. I think it's just correctly displaying that white page. Just leave it alone. You hover over the title tab of the current page.
Oh, yes.
Okay, my first blog. That's correct, isn't it?
That is totally right.
Can you check your GitHub repository?
Boom.
Can you refresh this? So we still have initial commit. Does it say anything else? So it's still initial commit. So the one that we deployed, I'm not sure it got published. Do you have one branch or two? You have two branches. Can you see your branches? You do have a GH branches that was more recent. Okay. Do we have GitHub Pages enabled? Because that's the thing that you have to do. So
no.
Can we go to our repository settings?
Yeah. Boom.
Where is that? It's somewhere.
What exactly are we trying to do with this again?
Enable GitHub Pages. Can you go back to options?
Yes.
Scroll down.
Here we go.
Lit. All right, that. Yeah, it says it should be good to go. It's already published. GH Pages branch. Can you open that link in a new tab?
This one?
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, so this, we typed it correct and it's correctly rendering a white page, but I don't want that though, right? Can you inspect the page? Nice. Elements. So you have app root. All right, the problem might just be that there's like nothing there. So can we look in our Angular project? All right, now it's time for VS Code. Let's go to VS Code. On the left, can you add a new folder? Yep.
Can we open it?
Go up a level.
Up like to here?
Yep. We were in GitHub.
There we go. And then my first, whoa, why does it have the exclamation?
So that is Tortoise Git saying that you have uncommitted changes. So here you can click add.
So we're going to commit those changes, yes.
Actually, to your point, we can go back. That is a great idea, yes. And you can see now VS Code synced, and it says there are 4 uncommitted changes specifically.
Can we go check that out?
Let's do it.
All right.
And Phonicity demo, that's my own stuff. But my first blog is yours.
Here we go.
Yep, so the Angular JSON changed. Can you click that file? So here's the changes.
So it went from 2 brackets to 1. Braces.
It added this deploy block.
Whole entire section. But
Yeah.
it also, in my defense, went from 2 to 1
Yeah, true.
because of that.
So you can commit this if you want. Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
I mean, like, I don't know. How do I explain what that is?
So what did you do that made that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I deployed.
Yep.
What did I even deploy? How did I do that? I deployed Builder. I deployed Angular.
I would say ran ng deploy. Sweet.
How do I want
And-
to push it?
Yeah, I would. Just click push.
Cool. Done.
Cool. So what we're trying to do right now is see why is our code not showing up. You can close this guy,
Close it completely.
the angular.json file in particular. So right now we're on the source control tab on the left sidebar. So can you go up to the files tab? And let's look in my first blog, the source subfolder. Let's expand that. Okay. So can you expand the app? And then let's look in the HTML file. All right, so we do have this stuff. So it's not like this is empty. But that's bad news.
Because when we inspected it,
Yeah, when we inspected it, it had app root, but app root, like nothing was rendering.
right. So all of this stuff should be showing up, is what you're telling me.
That's what I would expect. Can we go back to the browser?
Yes. You want to reload it?
It's not a bad idea, sure.
No.
Yes, it's not working. Can you go to the GitHub
Oh, wow.
and look in the branch, the GH branch, and it's called GH Pages, right?
GitHub Pages.
Yeah, can you look in that branch?
Do I have to go here and then branches? GH Pages.
Yep. Right click. Right, so here, if you scroll down, all right, so it built it. This is the compiled project. So it built it. You click into that index file.
Index file. Where's the index file?
All right, so even here, all right, so this is what we see. That's good. So this is this is what our index file should be serving, and if you inspect it, this is what is being served. So why is nothing showing up?
Does it have anything to do with the fact that it's my username versus your username and stuff, like VS Code? Does that even make sense?
What you're saying makes sense, and that's not the issue, but I'm freaking out because you do have a capital J in Jessie Vanderveer. Did we look with a capital J on the GH pages?
I don't believe so.
One tab to the right. Can you double check? Can you try it with a capital J? Okay.
Just auto.
Yeah, I try to stick with a lowercase like usernames in general. I'm hoping that's not the issue. I don't think it would be though. Can you go to the command line and type ngserve? And this should have it served locally for us. And if it breaks locally as well, then it is not attributable to the library. By the way, Angular GitHub Pages, when we got it from NPM, that is called a library. So that's somebody else's code that we're using.
Nice. Okay. Filed successfully.
And it says it's listening on localhost :4200.
Let's go ahead and open that up. That's weird. This is our...
I think if you select it like that, it copies it to the clipboard anyway.
Okay, well then I'm not even gonna do my thing. Whoa.
Alright, so we have it locally.
Good.
Alright, can you go back to the GitHub Pages site? The actual website.
Oh.
Yep. And can you inspect? Go to the console.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
so here we
whoa.
go. So this is the issue. So it's not giving us the stuff we need to render the page. I'm not sure how to fix that. Can you go to the quick start guide and see if they talk about this?
We could go there. If you run this command from what is this? Do you run it?
CI/CD, we are not using a CI/CD environment. CI/CD is, there is another computer that we send our code to, and they do stuff to it, and then they deploy it.
Okay.
We just deployed it. We didn't use an intermediary server. Can you go back?
Yeah, I was just...
Okay, scroll down.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Please read the next line carefully or you will get 404 errors.
You don't want to use a custom domain. You don't want to use...
Yep, so this is the issue. I love it.
That's what I was going to say, HTTPS?
That is not the issue.
Oh. Your username, github.io.
Just check it out, just read it, and then tell me what you think the fix is.
We need to copy it and we need to deploy it this way. What's going on here?
So hold on. So this is our local server. So our local server is continuously running. So it is holding up the process. So
I should close it?
So there's a couple things you can do. One is you can kill the process, but then our local server will stop running. Maybe you're fine with that.
I'm cool with that.
The other thing you can do is you can open up a new tab and you can run multiple processes. And this is one of the reasons that I love conemu, is it lets you run however many you want and it keeps them organized and together.
Just open up the new tab in here.
Yep.
I think I can hit this.
Yep.
So I can just say some hey and then change this.
Perfect. Woo, you a rock star, girl.
I know. But I don't actually...
Hey, I know some people that are hiring, girl.
Not capital one.
Not capital one, girl. Not till you got a bachelor's, girl.
I'll get there.
Don't worry, you can work for like the IRS or DOD or like anyone that
But you got a webcam. I can do the
gets
foot
totally hacked.
thing. What?
People that get totally hacked, like
Yeah.
national security. Oh wow, that was such a bad joke. I apologize for that. Do you want to text yourself your password before we forget?
I know my password.
Okay. That's even smarter. That's even more secure.
It's the most secure way.
Until you forget it and die.
Whoa. If I die, I don't need it. I wouldn't forget it. Why would I forget it and then die?
I don't know.
You're acting like, oh my god, I forget it, and then that upsets me so much that I die.
You're the one who hypothetically forgot it and died. It's not like I know why you did that. I can't ask you.
I wouldn't forget it. Forget it.
Very cool.
So this is not done. Oh, it's done.
How do you know?
Because it says successfully published via angular-cli-ghpages. Have a nice day. They're so sweet.
They are. That makes sense. How do you know that this command line process has completed?
I think we should probably go check it out, huh? How do I know it's completed? I mean, because it started a new line here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay, cool. So we know it's running locally, but let's see if it's...
Let me inspect again.
Whoa, not allowed to load local resource. What's going on, dog?
What just happened, yo? What did even happen?
Is it making...
It looks like it's trying to refer to your local file system. It's like, we are GitHub. We don't have your file system. So let's look back at the quick startup. I think the way that we used the command line, yeah, I think we did something wrong here. So all right, so I can think of a couple theories. We're just gonna have to guess and check, and this is like so much of programming is Googling and guessing and checking. So the first thing I can think of is that we didn't put the trailing slash. Did you put the trailing slash as well?
You mean within this? Within this?
Whenever you typed it on the command line, I know that you said base href equals slash, and then I think you did like my first blog, but did you do the trailing slash?
I do not believe so.
Very cool.
Why do I have two? Oh yeah, because we have two tabs.
Bingo.
Is there a way that
So just hit up.
I didn't. And then...
Bam. Now, that's a quick thing to check, but I actually don't think it's going to work. Whoa. Yeah, you see, you can already kill it. Your base href, you can already kill it. Nice. No sense wasting time.
What do you mean, your base href? I see that. Oh. Okay.
So what do you think we should do?
Yeah, we should fix the problem.
Nice. Have you, I know you're using Codecademy a little bit. Have they told you anything about relative paths compared to absolute paths?
No.
Okay. So what we did is a relative path whenever we did slash my first blog.
Yeah.
And the issue is that the computer used that relative on our local instead of relative to the GitHub server. So relative to our local means our local file system. The alternative that I can think of that we should test next is to use an absolute path.
So how do we change that?
So a relative path starts with a slash, an absolute path starts with a protocol. So in this case, we're interested in the HTTPS protocol. So try using the href. Do you know what href means?
It's like a hyperlink?
Yeah. So try using the href for our intended destination. The href that uses the absolute path with it, with the HTTPS protocol.
You mean basically this?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So can't I just copy that? I mean, not exactly.
Yep.
But kind of. Go back here. I'm gonna open up this thing. So HTTPS.
You just hit up. and then change your base ref.
Oh, but it has to include the HTTP. So we're gonna make that. We don't even have to put the www.
Just backspace. Control V.
I don't have the.
Can you go copy it out of the URL one more time? So Google Chrome will hide from you the fact that HTTPS is implied.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Show enough, and it has the trailing thing there.
Save them keystrokes, girl.
What's that called? The trailing
Slash.
slash. I thought there was only one slash.
Ha!
I think it was better than your joke earlier. I think we're both not funny.
Yeah.
We're on to something. Let's stick to this coding thing.
Yeah.
At least you're better at that. It gives me some hope. All right. 40%.
It's a lot of modules, dog.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap up in the next like 5 or 10 minutes. Is that good?
It's great. I'm glad we're making another one of these.
We've done a lot of stuff today.
I don't think. Okay.
Bow, bow.
I want to get into the coding. I want to get into the nitty-gritty.
Hey! From the generation.
Nice. I wish it did that.
That's good timing, right?
It was.
Okay.
You are the master. Okay. Anyway,
So can you check the website now?
let's do it.
No! Inspect.
You're kidding me.
We're not kidding you. Okay, it still wants to say, okay, wow. Can you go back to the command line? Did it already tell us and we just ignored it? It says your base href. All right, here's one more thing to check. Go back to the website.
It doesn't have the your?
Huh?
Okay, go back to the website.
Right click on the refresh button. Right click on it. Say empty cache and hard reload.
What
Sauce.
the heck?
Sauce.
What is that? But like, what? I've never seen that.
I'm so glad that happened because that gives me a chance to explain. So HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, as well as some other file types, are considered static content. So Chrome wants you to have a fast user experience. So if it detects that certain web files are static, it will cache them. It will save a copy. Okay? So Chrome is not even asking GitHub. It's recognizing the URL and it's saying, oh, I already have a copy of that one. Let me just show you that.
Dude, like, are they storing that?
Yeah, like on this computer. This is
Okay,
browser caching.
okay.
It's like on my computer.
I mean, all right.
So Chrome is storing it. Chrome exists on our computer.
Yes.
The problem is that the copy that it saved was the copy that we don't want because we updated it on the server, but Chrome never asked the server. It didn't even bother. It said, I already have a copy.
Okay.
So what we had to do is we had to manually tell it, bro,
You need the new copy.
you need that new.
Get that new.
So that's what we did when we right-click and we said empty cache and hard reload. That's what it's saying. It's saying delete your copies and get the real ones.
Gotcha. New copy. Who dis?
New copy, who it is.
All right.
All right, do you want to wrap it up now or do you want to try to make... Yeah, let's wrap it up now. But next time, we should totally make an actual blog entry.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have a couple blog entries.
Yeah, because I think you've seen this Angular page before.
I've just never loaded it like this.
Right. Like,
Ever.
this is like an actual website.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Usually, I see the local host though. Local host 4200. This is a real live site.
Yep. And you would say that this is a remote server.
This is a remote server.
So localhost means it's local. It's my
To
computer.
us.
Yeah.
But I could be at Nova campus and type that in.
Yes.
And GitHub allows me to do that.
Yes.
GitHub. Thanks.
GitHub's really awesome.
Learning new stuff.
NPM's awesome. VS Code's awesome. Shout out to the giants that we're standing on. Everyone, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you check it out next time.
Woo! You need an outro. Bye. Oh.
Jeez.